welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a brand new video. My name is Amelia, for those of you who don't know. I post weekly vlogs, lifestyle content, book content now, and some other things. And before we get into this video, please give it a thumbs up, please comment down below, please subscribe, and please follow my social medias that are linked in the description. And without further ado, let's just get on with it, because I feel like this is going to be quite a short video, which I'm very excited to do, because a lot of my videos turn out to be long. And nothing wrong with that, but I feel like sometimes the short videos are something I like to put out there. And actually, I got this idea from Jack Ben Edwards and Steph Boa. I don't know how you say her name, but she's a booktuber, I guess you want to call her. And they did this like US versus the UK book covers, and I was really intrigued, and I was watching it and I was judging it myself when I looked at it, and in some ways didn't always agree with them, so I thought it was a perfect thing to do, is to judge book covers. Now some of them I haven't read, or most of them I don't think I've read, apart from a couple, so I feel like it's even better because I could go with what I would pick up if I saw them both in a shop and had to choose. So I'm going to do it. I've only got 12 pages on Canva, so it shouldn't take that long. But knowing me, I'll ramble on for a while, so you never know. The first one is Flat Share by Beth O'Leary. I will put the video pictures on the screen, by the way. So the US one is on for me. We're on the left hand side, and the UK one's on the right hand side. You'll see it when I put the little flags on the side as well. I'm gonna proper edit this. This is gonna be great. The one I have is obviously the UK version, not the US version. I like the US version. I just think it's, if I'm looking at it, I'd pick up the one that just says the flat share and then has a bed. I don't know what the stories are like about, because I haven't read it yet, so I get completely that people might like the other one because they might have read the book and then they see it. But I think for me it's the first one, or the UK one. The UK one I like the most, not just because I have that one, but because if I was in the shop, that's what I'd pick out. Just because it looks a bit more simple in my head. The next one is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. A lot of people might know by now that I love that book. One of my favourite books I've read this year so far. I like the cover, the UK cover, but looking at the US one, I love, and I think they said it in the video, but it really does look like a tabloid picture, which I think is something that represents what the book's about as well, more than the one on the first one. I will be honest with you, I didn't know that the UK one, I could say first one, the UK one, I didn't know that it was about an actress until I started reading it. Oh my god. The US one, I actually could tell that's probably about someone famous at least. The only thing I'd say is put the font from the UK one onto that one and I'd love it a lot more, but I prefer the US one. Next one is something I've not even heard of. I actually got this from Jack Ben Edwards' video, because it was actually a controversial one and a very interesting one. Night, Sleep, Death, The Stars by Joyce Carol Oates. I will be honest with you, right now I'm going for the US one. The UK one is just too much for my eyes to look at right now. I genuinely can't read that very well, like the red and blue, like that's just too much. The first one does not look like the UK one does not look like something that's like a night, sleep and death, the stars. The one on the US one literally looks like it's the night and it's time to sleep. If you're dead, you're going to see the darkness, and it looks like stars in there as well. That's what makes more sense to me. So the US one gets a second point from me. The Weekend, which is actually a book. Bear in mind, like most of the ones on here are ones actually I've got, and the books I've got compared to the US ones that are usually on Goodreads anyway, because the Goodreads ones have the US version on it. I've kind of figured that one out. So The Weekend is by Charlotte Wood, which I picked up. I haven't read it yet. Looking at both of them, it's very hard to choose. But from reading the back, the UK one makes more sense to me from reading the blurb. So I'm going to have to go with the UK version on this. I also love like the way it is written. Though I do like the US one, I just prefer like a little bit more the way the UK one is designed. Dolly Alderton Ghosts These books are the book covers are so similar, but they're not the same. And I don't know which one I prefer, if I'm honest with you, because I obviously have the UK one, which is the yellow one, but I actually really like the green one. But then if you flick that side, I'm pretty sure it is the green. I don't know. I like the green one, the US one. I just like, I think it's because I love that colour of pink. That shade of pink is just something I love. I do like that they're similar, because this is my point of, if you're going to have a book cover in the US and the UK, kind of wish they made it a little similar, because then it's not because it looks so different, but because how can like the Death Knight Stars one, how can an author go like so drastically different? Like even the Weekend one, it is different, but it's not drastically different. I don't know, but I'm gonna go with the US one on this one. I prefer it. So Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I know there's a different other UK one, but this is the one I've got, so I'm going with the one I've got compared to Daisy Jones and the Six. In the US. I don't know why, but the Daisy Jones one looks like a little bit like Daisy Edgar Jones from Normal People. Just saying. But I think I prefer... Oh, I don't know. It's very tough because I like both of them, but I think I prefer the UK one. I just like the colours. From what I've heard about it, like the style of the video is like the book is like an interview style, so that's another thing that pushes me towards it. So I'm gonna go the UK one. Okay, Confessions of a 40-something fuck-up is a book I've got by Alexandra Porter. Not read it yet, obviously, you know that by now. I think I prefer the UK one just because I like the little image at the top and the way it's like, I don't know, I don't like the idea that this one has life goals crossed off and winning at life crossed off. Hashtag no idea what I'm doing. It does make sense from what I've read of the blurb, but I prefer the UK version, again because it's pink and red. Blue and red, I'm not saying I don't like the colours blue and red together, but I just prefer the pink and red. I just think it's much more nicer. Just Haven't Met You Yet. Similar books covers, but different at the same time. And I actually like the US one more. I just think it's more artsy, and I think it just is something a bit more interesting. Like if I was to look at that one in the shop, I would more likely want to buy that one over the UK one. I know the UK one's trying to say it's written in the stars, it's fate, and because that's the story, is about fate, from what I've read of the blurb. But I do prefer the US one. I just like it a bit more. I don't know why, I just really like it a bit more. The next one is When the Curtain Falls by Carrie Hope Fletcher. I already know which one I prefer. It's the US version. I don't know if it is definitely the US version. It could just be another version. But I'm going to go with it being the US version, and I think I like it more because you can tell it's theatre. I know the title basically says it's a theatre thing when it says When the Curtain Falls, but you can tell it's theatre just by the cover, which I prefer when I can see what it's about. Obviously you can kind of tell the same thing on the UK version, but I prefer the US one. And I thought this one thing that really bothers me is it says When the Curtain Falls, ... the real drama begins on the US one. On the UK one, it's The Real Magic Begins. I honestly don't know why it's done the same thing. Because to be fair, I would replace drama with magic, because that's the thing about theatre I love, is it's magic. It feels like it just feels magical. But I prefer the US version. Conversations with Friends by Sally Rooney. I haven't read this book. It's one of the books I really want, so I had to put it in there. I am going to have to say the UK version for me. I don't really like the US version at all. Same kind of colours, I just don't like it. I don't like it goes Conversations with Friends, a novel, Sally Rooney. I like it goes Sally Rooney, Conversations with Friends. I just think I prefer it, and I think I prefer the drawings of the people more in the UK one than the US one. So I'm going with the UK one for that one. And then The Last Goodbye by Fiona Lucas. I actually didn't notice that they were different until I looked at mine and realised the colour was so different to the US one. From what I've read in the blurb, I actually prefer the US one over the UK one, because the US one kind of makes a bit more sense. than the UK one because it looks like a bird flying out of a cage. This one is about the other one looks like she's saying goodbye to a guy, which is the truth is she is saying goodbye to a guy. The person she fell in love with died. The last goodbye. So I'm gonna go with the US. Okay, Normal People, which is one of my favourite books. I have to go with the fact with the UK version. I just realised my necklace is down the wrong way the whole time. The US version is just, I like it, but it's way too not me. I prefer maybe it's because I've been staring at the UK one for like 2 years. Like the UK one is the one I like the most, but no, the UK one I prefer. I do get the US one and how it's made to look like because they would never show their relationship like in public. They were very private with their relationship. That it kind of emulates that in a book cover, but I do prefer the UK one. So, and that is the end. After counting that up, I actually have done a great job at voting. You got 6 to the UK, 6 to the US. I did a pretty even job there, but I think it's fair to say that the UK has some really good ones as well as the US ones. I could have gone into more and got more books, and it could have been different, but I for sure have to say I only did 12 books, most of the ones I wanted to read and what I've got, and that have different book covers, and then occasional ones I haven't read and I'm probably not going to read. So that was the one. But anyway, I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, please comment down below, please subscribe. Please also let me know if you are enjoying these book related videos, because if they are, I might try and do some more. And I will see you again very soon with another video.